After a relaxing morning, we jumped into the hire car to explore Galilee. The first stop is the ancient archaeological site of Zippori, also known as Sepphoris, located in central Galilee, not far from Nazareth. An amazing place rich in history and architecture that includes Hellenistic, ancient Jewish, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Crusader, Arab, and Ottoman remains. And Rachel is really enjoying the experience of history. The first mosaic we encountered was the mythological story of Orpheus and his wife Eurydice, who was killed by a snake bite. He is inconsolably playing his harp. Never look back. In late antiquity, 3rd to 8th centuries, it was believed to be the village where Anna and Joachim, the parents of the Virgin Mary, lived. Here are the ruins of the 5th century Basilica that have been excavated at the site, honoring the birth of Mary, though some sources say that she was born in Jerusalem. It's been proposed that Jesus, while working as a carpenter and mason in Nazareth, may have traveled to Sepphoris with Joseph and his brothers to work here when it was being built, though Nazareth is only 6 miles from here. We then visited what's known as the Nile House, where an elaborate mosaic floor was discovered depicting annual celebrations in Egypt when the Nile overflowed.
This is the Nile Mosaic, depicting 4 different scenes. First, beyond the Nile, then announcing the good news, measuring the Nile's height, and then, quote, Egypt is the gift of the Nile.
The floors were decorated with colorful mosaics. To produce the mosaics, artists used thousands of stones per square meter in 18 different colors and shades. Among the rooms of the southern wing of the Nile building was a toilet. Here's Nate shooting Rachel.
We're here in Zippori, and while it was established back about 1000 BCE, it wasn't until the Romans conquered it in 63 BC that it really set up. You can see behind me a perfect example of a Roman road, and if you look closer you can still see the grooves that the wagon wheels created.
Is it true that British Railways rails have the same width as Roman chariot wheels? Or is it a myth? Well, it's easy. You can measure these Roman chariot grooves all over the world, and yes, they are 4 feet 8.5 inches. They are the same as the British train rails. Coincidence or design? Well, it's a long story. Many of the cacti here were apparently parasites on trees. We have 2 cameras on this film. Here Rachel is shooting me, shooting Nate. The cacti were all over the place, but certainly colorful. Next, the house of Dionysus, the Roman emperor, mosaics adorning the floors. So we ascend the ancient steps.
That's the theatre. You can see some of the steps already. The structures are replicas of what it would look like if it was still stone.
Roman amphitheaters appear all over the Mediterranean. Then the fortress built by the Crusaders, built on the remains of an earlier structure. The doorway, with its decorative arch, built in the 18th century. A centaur mosaic? They were the ones who rounded up the bulls, half man, half horse. The fortress now houses an exhibit of archaeological finds. From here, the Byzantine-era storehouse can be seen to the south. The spectacular view from the fortress roof echoes the words of the ancient sages of the city, who said it was perched on top of the mountain like a bird. In the distance is Nazareth. Then we go to the building which houses the main attraction. Mosaics from the time of Dionysus. Amazing mosaics. Then the famous Mona Lisa of the Galilee. And other mythological depictions. Here the face of a beautiful maiden. Captivating. I actually prefer it to the Mona Lisa. The artist certainly caught the moment.